Sports presents high school basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Patriots Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Dome 4, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, State Farm, Sue Snow's office, and Softite Community Federal Credit Union.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to ABC Sports here on WWKC. As tonight we have high school basketball, the homestanding Shenandoah Zeps with a record of 2-3, and they are taking on the Barnesville Shamrocks, the visitors who made the trip down 148. They are a record of 2-4. I'm Mark Brown with Jeff Stevens tonight. And Jeff, first time seeing Shenandoah. We know some names that have played the last couple of years. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But both these teams still trying to find themselves. Barnesville, you know, their better player missed the first 2 or 3 games, and he's back now and seemed to be getting maybe a little bit more cohesive under the first-year head coach from Barnesville.
Well, and you're right as far as, you know, teams still kind of trying to, you know, feel themselves out. And you know, Shenandoah also a new first-year coach. So battle of the first-year coaches here. Shane Stevens for Barnesville and Chad Miley for Shenandoah. You know, a couple of nice performances by Shenandoah here. You know, a couple of returning players. You know, coach last few years, Mark Smith, stepped down and is the head girls coach at New Lexington now. And of course, you know, Johnny Hines, who was a Shenandoah graduate, you know, had the Barnesville job the last few years, and you know, Shane Stevens moving up from the JV team to the varsity. You know, and you know, we've done several Barnesville games, you know, so far this year. Shamrocks, you know, very, very athletic. Not a lot of basketball players per se, but very athletic kids. You know, and the most experienced kid, as you mentioned, Asa Geilinger, had missed some games early in the year and is still working his way back into full strength. So, you know, it looks like a couple of evenly matched teams.
Well, and what we were saying this before the game, this is going to be one of the few times Barnesville's going to see a team that doesn't have a big height advantage over them. Barnesville, no starters. Well, now the Geilinger's playing, only one starter over 6 feet, and Shenandoah not real tall either.
Yeah, and not knowing what the starting lineup will be for the Zeps. You know, they do have a couple of 6'3" kids on their roster. One of them a senior, and Weston Miley, that, you know, I'm sure will be in there a little bit. Shenandoah's, you know, top performer, most experienced varsity player is their point guard, a junior, and Karsten Smith. You know, so we have seen, you know, a couple of weeks ago we did the Barnesville River game, and we saw Barnesville's athleticism defensively really take a very good River player and Cable Isley out of the game, you know, just because of, you know, a tenacious man-to-man defense. So it'll be interesting to see how both these teams play this tonight.
Yes, of course, with Isley, I mean, the young man, a 20-plus point scorer per game and over 1,000 career. And, you know, every time he got the ball, there were 2 Barnesville players right in his face, and he was just not able to do anything. He did have some players out that night and didn't have the support he usually has, but still, you know, not the what I think anybody expected is Barnesville beat them by over 20 points. Of course, a close loss the other night to Bel Air, and now playing a Shenandoah team that also has only won 2 games. So it could be an even matchup, I think, tonight. And as we said, Barnesville is not going to have a major size advantage like they've had in most games this year.
And, you know, the Shamrocks, we see that their starting lineup has just been put up on the scoreboard here, and as we kind of anticipated, you know, Asa Geilinger, after coming off the bench, you know, earlier in the year because of sickness and injury, is in the starting lineup tonight, and we'll go over those here. Well, I'll tell you what, Mark, why don't you just go ahead and go through those right now?
Okay, well, as we said, Geilinger is starting. He's a senior, listed at 6'3". And he is the leading scorer in the last couple of years. He's been playing varsity and starting since he was a freshman. He is now a senior. The other 4 players that are starting tonight, Casey Carpenter, he's a 5'11 junior. Tayson Starr, a 5'10 senior. Luke Detling, a 5'9 senior. And Duca Costello, a 5'10 senior. Camden Carpenter will probably be the first player off the bench. He was the starter in all the previous games, but he has been replaced by Asa Geilinger tonight. So keep an eye out. We'll see Camden Carpenter a lot. We'll also see Braden Willis a lot tonight in the Shamrock lineup.
And looking again at the Shenandoah Zeps lineup, and before I forget to say, because a lot of times I think of things and then I forget about them, and I want to say thank you to the new Shenandoah Athletic Director, Colby Rayner, for getting me fixed up with a Shenandoah roster there beforehand, and that, that's the first I had met Colby Rayner, and appreciate him taking the time to set us up there. Zeps head coach is Chad Miley, assistants are Will Hayes, Scott Sills, and freshman coach Ethan Wiley. Their starting lineup for the Zeps will be Jarrett Wentworth. He's a 5'8 junior guard, along with Cale Bond, a senior, 6 foot. Durkis Vincent, a junior, 6 foot, along with Karsten Smith that I mentioned, who's a junior, 5'11 guard, and also Weston Miley, 6'3 senior inside. So just one 6'3 kid for each team. And so as you said, there are not a lot of height advantage either way. It'd be interesting to see. And again, I know you mentioned the Barnesville beating River there a couple weeks ago. We did. I know, I believe the last time out, last Friday night, Shenandoah played at River and River won that game, and River had their full personnel back for that game. So you really can't compare scores of games because of, it seems to me like boys and girls both, there's been a lot of teams have had, kids miss games with either sickness or injury here in the early going. Yeah,
the flu's been going around a lot of schools. I know it hit River real bad there a week or two ago. And, of course, Asa Geilinger, after being injured with ankle injury for the first 3 games, then he missed 2 games after that because he had a real bad flu. So that's the situation. But we'll be back in a couple minutes here after the national anthem and players are announced here at Shenandoah. Again, here on WWKC and also on TV tonight, YRP TV on YouTube. If you know anybody out of the area that wants to watch the game, let them know that. There's no cost. And we'll be back after this, Barnesville at Shenandoah.
I'm not buying till I check down for most.
Of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com. Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it's for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company from Iowa to offer liability coverage to package with their Patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today, 740-305-5121, and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye. Softite Community Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money. Join if you live, work, worship, or study in Belmont, Harrison, or Jefferson County. Why join? Experience personal friendly service. They take part in the communities they serve. As a not-for-profit owned by members, they offer share accounts, draft checking accounts, loans, and online banking. Visit their Martins Ferry, St. Clairsville, or Mingo Junction locations, or online at softitecfcu.com. Stop in and find out why people are becoming a member at Softite Community Federal Credit Union. Everyone's looking for an encouraging sign in today's economy. The fact is, you'll find one right here in Caldwell at State Farm Sue Snowd's office. Because State Farm agents like Sue have been here helping people protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and they consider that a very good sign. See State Farm agent Sue Snowd at 400 East Street, Caldwell. Sue Snowd State Farm is a proud supporter of high school sports.
East Central Ohio's favorite, Kickin' Country, KC 105. WWKC, Caldwell, Cambridge. Kickin' Country, KC 105.
All right, we are back here at Shenandoah, where we get ready to have the player introductions here. Thank you to Arlen McGee for bringing us some water. And we are about ready to go. The players being introduced here.
Probably the first time she had her name mentioned on the radio.
She's famous. So anyway, again tonight for Barnesville, Casey Carpenter, senior or junior, Tayson Starr, senior, Luke Detling, senior, Duker Costello, senior, and Asa Geilinger, a senior. So Barnesville 4 seniors and a junior starting tonight.
And for the Shenandoah Zeps, Jarrett Wentworth, Cale Bond, Dirkus Vincent, Karsten Smith, and Weston Miley. And that will be the starting lineup there. And our officials are being introduced tonight. They will be Michael Lee, Jim Edwards, and Mike Gerber. I know there's a couple people listening all the time. I'd like to know who the officials are.
Yep. Use the other officials.
As they do the starting lineups there now, and as Mark mentioned there before we went out for the break, we are live streaming this game tonight on YouTube and Facebook at YRP TV. So if you like to watch the action there and not just listen to it, there's an option for you that. And I know during the football season that was a very popular option, especially during the Barnesville playoff run and the Caldwell playoff run.
And there is no cost for that. Just get on YouTube on the app and put in YRP, Your Radio Place, which stands for YRP TV, and you can get the game and watch it live tonight. And if you don't want to listen to us, just turn off the volume and watch. The players, again, being introduced from Barnesville.
Don't give people an idea, Mark. Yeah, but now they say they do just finished the Barnesville introductions down. Now the Zeps. And we might also mention here, while we've got a minute while they're doing this, both these teams will be pretty busy next week during the Christmas break. Barnesville will be back in action next Wednesday night at Buckeye Trail. Big game there for Coach Stevens as he's a Buckeye Trail graduate.
Exactly.
And then also next Saturday, the 30th, the Shamrocks will play in an event up at Toronto. They have a 1 o'clock game on Saturday, varsity only, against John Marshall. And then Mark and I will be back on the air on WBNV on Tuesday, January 2nd, when the Shamrocks play Caldwell. 3 home games next week for the Zeps as they play next Wednesday at home against Shadyside, next Friday at home against Buckeye Local, and Saturday against Steubenville Catholic Central. And that Saturday Steubenville Catholic Central game will be broadcast right here on WWKC. So, no Christmas break for the young men here on both these teams.
Well, with 22 games now, they got to get them in.
That's right. And also, we always forget to mention this, but the Barnesville Shamrocks were victorious in the JV game tonight by a score of 50-40. Really pretty well played JV game on that, but 50-40, Barnesville coming out on top there. So we're ready to go here, and looks like Derek Vincent for the Zeps and Asa Geilinger for the Shamrocks. Michael Lee will throw the ball up, and we're ready to go.
Okay, and Geilinger, jumping center for Barnesville, taps it back to Luke Detling. He brings it up and gets it over to Casey Carpenter on the right wing, over to Tayson Starr on the left wing. It tipped away. Geilinger gets it, but it was touched, so it's not an over and back. Geilinger brings it up and pulls up the jump shot, air ball, and Duke Costello gets it and tries to throw it back in, but they were going to say it was touched by Shenandoah last, and Barnesville will get it underneath.
Yeah, Geilinger falling back on that shot, trying to draw a foul or not, but just off balance, there was no foul there.
All right, so this will be Casey Carpenter. He gets triple teamed inside, gives it to Detling. He's quickly closed up. Tayson Starr with the three-pointer, and it is good for the first basket of the game for either team. 3-0 Barnesville.
So Karsten Smith, the point guard here for the Zeps. Barnesville is man-to-man, and Tayson Starr gets the job on Smith. This is Cale Bond wearing a face mask there. Must have a nose issue there. A perimeter shot there by Jarrett Wentworth, no good. And run down there by Detling.
Detling, nice hustle to get that rebound. And he'll bring it up, get it over to Duker Costello. Costello will penetrate. And they're going to say a charging foul on him. He apparently pushed off.
Now moving screen is going to be called there on Detling.
So that'll be a turnover for the Shamrocks.
First foul of the game, 3-0. We've played a minute. Shamrocks leading here. Wentworth brings the ball down now. Just the 5'8" point guard there. Gets the ball to Miley on the side. His pass is stolen away. A bad pass by Starr.
And a nice job by Starr, yeah.
Is good, and we're going to get a quick timeout here by the Zeps. So let's go ahead and we'll keep here. Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and keep it here then on that. But just about a minute and a half into the game, but I think Coach Miley not real pleased here. A little sloppiness the first couple possessions there by his Zeps.
Yeah, Shenandoah with 2 turnovers already in the first couple of minutes.
Well, that's 2 turnovers and 2 possessions.
Yes.
On that, and Barnesville getting a couple of balls in the hoop there. 5 quick points, and all by Tayson Starr.
Tayson with the 3-pointer, and then on the breakaway layup on the turnover.
Yeah, we just played just a minute and 21 seconds, and to get that early timeout there by the Zeps. So now Smith will bring the ball back down across midcourt here after that timeout. It's a high screen, and the Shamrocks doubling that high screen. A nice job there getting the ball there to Vincent.
Good defense again by Barnesville. And
Vincent puts it down. Starr reaches in and knocks it away.
And he's going to make the bounce pass to Duke Costello. Nice layup there by Duke Costello. 7-0 Shamrocks.
And Shenandoah does not have a shot off yet,
no,
do they,
Mark? Do not. They have
won. Yes, that is right. And on the side here, this is Miley. Barnesville, tight man-to-man defense. Smith, and they're doubled up, and we're going to get a foul called. I think that's going to go on Luke Detling. And if so, that is going to be Detling's second foul. And I think he will probably take a seat here.
Yep, Braden Willis will come in for him. Braden making his first appearance. He's a junior.
A tough break there on Detling with 2 calls in the first 2 minutes of the game, so he'll take a seat for a little while. Zeps inbound the ball there. Cale Bond gets it into Smith. He drops it off to Wentworth. His shot from the perimeter, no good. Geilinger with the rebound for the Rocks.
The Geilinger double team there. He'll get it out to, that's Braden Willis, and he hits a 3-pointer. And Barnesville now up 10-0 in the first, less than 3 minutes played in the game.
Willis, first time touching the ball after coming in off the bench, nailing the 3.
He come in for Detling, who had 2 fouls already.
This is Wentworth. He's going to pull up and shoot the 3. Rims out, no good. Rebound, Barnesville. That's Geilinger.
And he will get it over to Starr, who will have it. They're going to call a foul. Wasn't sure what they were calling there.
Blocked out of bounds, but it is going to be a foul. And I think that's going to go on Weston Miley.
And in the act of shooting, so he'll go to the line now for 2. These will be the first free throws of the game for either team.
First opening minute of the game there. Tayson with 5 quick points, misses his first foul shot.
Tayson Starr's second one, front of the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Miley.
So Smith across midcourt now. Zeps having trouble getting into the offense. There's Carson Smith to the hoop, and it will not fall. Gets his own rebound, goes back up and scores. That is the first bucket of the game for the Zeps. Belongs to Karsten Smith.
The quick pass up to Starr, to Geilinger. Quick move to penetrate there by Duke Costello. Too hard on the shot, no good. Rebounded Shenandoah.
Dirkus Vincent with that board for the Zeps. Smith, long pass down to Miley. He'll shoot from the baseline, no good. Rebound off Starr.
And a quick pass up to Costello, back to Braden Willis. Braden will penetrate, dish it out there to Casey Carpenter. 3-point shot, no good, but rebounded by Geilinger. Has it taken away and then gets it back and puts it up and good.
A real good effort there, and we've got a whistle. And we'll see what Michael Lee's got here. I think a warning, a delay of game warning against the Shamrocks. Maybe after that bucket by Geilinger, somebody, maybe it was Asa, knocked the ball away. So they get a delay of game warning. I'm guessing that's what the call was there by official Michael Lee. So Carson Smith across midcourt now. This is Wentworth on the right wing. Gets a screen up high, and a double team, stolen away.
And a nice pass from Braden Willis to Starr.
Well, this is what we saw Barnesville do against Rivermark a couple weeks ago. On that high ball screen, they double-teamed the ball, and it's giving Shenandoah problems here in the early going.
Causing already 4 turnovers for the Zeps.
Vincent gets it down on the baseline there to Miley, back on top to Wentworth. Drives inside, and puts a runner up off the board, no good. And Willis had the ball but lost it and it went out of bounds. I believe that should be Shenandoah ball.
Yeah.
And A.J. Carpenter will now check into the game for the Zeps, their first sub of the game. He replaces Jarrett Wentworth. Carpenter is a 5'9 junior. Miley gets the ball on the inbounds play. Pressured there by Carpenter. Pass inside, well done, but blocked away. Retrieved by Smith in the corner. Back to Carpenter. And Smith now tries to drive, pulls up. He'll shoot about 12-footer, no good. Rebound off to Tayson. Stars gets a couple of rebounds in the early going.
And he'll get it up to Casey Carpenter. And this will be Braden Willis. He'll penetrate, dish it out to Duker. Duker Costello with the three-point shot, no good. Rebounded there by Vincent.
He's on the run now. Is Cale Bond down on the side, gets it to Miley. And stolen away by Tayson. Starr. Layup, good.
That was just a sloppy turnover there by Shenandoah. That's 5 now, just really not even anticipating the defense.
That's 16-2 in favor of the Shamrocks with 2:56 left in the quarter, and we'll get our second Shamrock timeout. So this is going to be a full timeout, so let's step away. 16-2 Shamrocks in the early going.
I'm not buying till I check on board.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and
I
so
really
much
didn't expect
more.
this.
With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at doanford.com.
After that second Shenandoah timeout of the first quarter, we're back in play here. 16-2 in favor of Barnesville. The Zeps just 1 for 9 from the floor with 5 turnovers here. We're just inside 3 minutes left in the opening period. 16-2 Barnesville. This is A.J. Carpenter now on top. It's the ball to Bond over on the left side. Gets a screen there from Miley, but we're going to get a foul there, and Casey Carpenter is going to pick up that foul.
Just playing a little bit too close there, and Camden Carpenter, he'll come in for Casey Carpenter, and this will be his first appearance of the game.
So inbounding the ball now is A.J. Carpenter of the Zeps. This is baseline drive there by Karsten Smith, no good, and Gottinger rebounds.
And the pass under Duker Costello, but he's about quadruple team there. Gets it out to Willis. Shot no good, but rebounded there by Duker Costello. This will be Braden Willis with the ball up high. He'll pass it to Duker Costello, over to Tayson Starr. Starr inside to Geilinger, down low. Geilinger being guarded there closely by Vincent. Puts the move on, up and good for Asa Geilinger, excuse me.
4 points now for Gottinger, and it's 18-2. Just inside 2 minutes now in the first period. Miley has the ball now for the Zeps. Gets the cutter inside. That's Vincent. Back to Miley. Cross court there to Bond, who'll put the ball on the floor, go in strong, and his shot will go. Cale Bond with his first bucket, and long dry spell there for the Zeps.
All right, Willis will bring it up. Being guarded there by A.J. Carpenter. He'll get it over to Duker. Duker's going to penetrate and try to dish it off, but no one there. May have been tapped a little bit, and that'll be the second turnover of the game for the Shamrocks.
Smith all the way down, and Starr knocks the ball away, but he's going to get called for the foul on the reach. A little bit of contact there. And that will be Tayson Starr's first foul, and that will be Barnesville's fourth foul of the opening quarter. Just 1:19 left in the quarter, 18-4 Barnesville. A.J. Carpenter of the Zeps to inbound the ball. That's the ball in right there to Dirkus Vincent. This is Bond. Again, Barnesville man-to-man. Nice pass inside for the layup. It is good by Cale Bond. Nice pass from up top.
Nice cut there, back door, and got the ball into him. This will be Tayson Starr at the ball. He goes over to Duker Costello inside to Geilinger. Geilinger pulls up and then gets it over to Camden Carpenter. Camden's going to go up for the shot, but he will have it knocked out of bounds. And that will be knocked out by A.J. Carpenter, and it will be Barnesville ball underneath their own basket. 18-6, Barnesville lead, 52 seconds to go in the first quarter.
I heard something sound like skin on that shot, but no call.
All right, this will be a high-arching three-pointer by Willis, and it is good. 3 3-pointers now for Barnesville in the first quarter.
2 of them by Willis, and it's now 21-6.
And that is Braden Willis.
This is Smith. He'll shoot a 3 for the Zeps. Ball bounces around on the rim. Will not go. Geilinger rebounds. 30 seconds now in the quarter.
Willis will get it out to Costello, inside to Camden Carpenter. Carpenter's going to post up, put it up, no good. Rebounded there by Smith.
That ball did everything but go in. Carson Smith now tries to penetrate inside. His runner will not go. The Zeps cannot get anything. Geilinger, long pass down the court to Starr for a layup. And Tayson Starr's having a day here in the first quarter. This is Carpenter. Quick pass there to Bond. His layup at the buzzer will not go. There must be a lid on the basket on the Shenandoah end. But we have played 1 period here at Shenandoah High School. All Barnesville thus far. Shamrocks 23, Shenandoah 6. Back in a moment.
Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it's for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company from Iowa to offer liability coverage to package with their Patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today, 740-305-5121, and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye. Softite Community Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money. Join if you live, work, worship, or study in Belmont, Harrison, or Jefferson County. Why join? Experience personal friendly service. They take part in the communities they serve. As a not-for-profit owned by members, they offer share accounts, draft checking accounts, loans, and online banking. Visit their Martins Ferry, St. Clairsville, or Mingo Junction locations, or online at softitecfcu.com. Stop in and find out why people are becoming a member at Softite Community Federal Credit Union.
And period number 2, and I believe there during the break, Barnesville was 10 of 16 from the floor during that first quarter. Shenandoah has possession here to start period number 2, and this is Smith on top, Miley now on the side. Pass inside, intended there for Dirkus Vincent. The ball went out of bounds, and they were going to give it to Barnesville, but now Michael Lee comes in and says it was tipped. And Jim Edwards, the official on the other side, is in agreement with that. So Shenandoah will maintain possession, but now the officials are going to talk.
Make sure they know where it went out and where the ball should be
And that
placed.
is Mike. Now they're going to say.
Okay.
And now they're going to say it is Barnesville's ball.
Wow, okay.
So I guess that's another turnover.
Number 6.
Number 6 for the Zeps.
All right, so Geilinger cutting across, gets the ball. Doing a little weave here now as Camden Carpenter gets it. A long three-pointer there, no good by Willis, but Geilinger gets the rebound.
Extending that possession here for the Rocks. 23-6, Barnesville leading here early second.
17-point lead for the Shamrocks. Over to Tayson Starr, goes baseline, puts it up, has it blocked there, and then Jack Phillips, who just came in the game, he'll come crashing in for that rebound and foul.
And that will be the first foul of the second quarter on the Shamrocks. Of course, I think by now people are pretty familiar with the fact that you reset the team fouls at the beginning of every quarter. So Barnesville had 4 in the first quarter, but that resets. That is their first of the second quarter. Carson Smith now down. A.J. Carpenter still in the game here for the Zeps. Smith now back on top. Carpenter's going to shoot the long 3. Irons out, no good. Rebound to Starr. Zeps cannot buy a basket here in the early going.
No, they were 3 for 16 right now from the field.
Plus the turnovers you mentioned.
Yes, 6. And this will be Willis. He'll pull up for the 10-footer. No good. Rebounded there by Shenandoah's
And Smith gets the ball down to Miley. Kind of fumbled it, picks it back up, and the ball's going to be knocked away by Starr. Yeah, with the Shamrocks right now, Gottinger, Phillips, Starr, Camden, Carpenter, and Willis on the floor. The Zeps have Smith, Bond, Miley, Carpenter, and Vincent. Shot inside, again, no good by the Zeps, rebounded by Gottinger.
Gottinger, a quick pass up, or no, he'll take it in. Finds Jack Phillips underneath, but he was triple teamed. He'll get it out to Willis. Willis, a three-pointer, good. 4 3-pointers now for the Shamrock, and I believe 3 of those are from Willis.
You are correct.
Yes. So Willis having a nice game from outside.
Off the bench with 9 points. This is Smith. Now gets the ball to Miley on the perimeter. That's a 20-point Barnesville lead. Long 3-point shot by Vincent. Rims out, no good. Rebound to Willis.
And again, Shenandoah just cannot hit anything tonight. And this will be Phillips. He'll penetrate, then dish it out to Starr. Starr's not able to hold on to it. And there's a battle for the ball. It goes out of bounds. And we'll see who touched it last. I think it was off of Shenandoah. I believe that was off of Monroe. Or excuse me, that's Miley.
But that will be the case in Shamrocks to inbound it.
This will be a quick inside to Geithinger. A little bit too hard. No good rebound, Shenandoah.
26-6, Barnesville. Smith on the floor, forces it inside, tries to get the ball across there to Bond, but goes out of bounds. Another Zep turnover. I'll tell you, it's almost anything that can go wrong for the Zeps here in the first, quarter and 2.5 minutes it has.
All right, Tayson Starr will have his first break of the game, and it looks like Duke Costello will come back in for him.
Yeah, he was out briefly there at the beginning of the quarter. Of course, Luke Detling is sitting down now. He had 2 fouls in the first 2 minutes of the game.
All right, this will be Phillips. He'll give it to Willis, over to Duke Costello. Camden Carpenter to Willis. Willis feeling good from there, and he hits another one. Wow, 4 3-pointers tonight for Braden Willis.
He's on fire. 12 points though for Willis. This is Karsten Smith on top. Now, Vincent. Again, Carpenter puts the ball on the floor, tries to get it inside. Miley forces up a shot, and it will finally roll in. First basket for Weston Miley, and the first points of the second quarter for the Zeps. 29-8, Barnesville.
Barnesville with a 21-point lead. This will be Willis. He'll get it over Duke Costello, up to Jack Phillips. Phillips will give it back to Willis. He'll set up the offense and gets it inside to Camden Carpenter. Camden out to Duke Costello. Duker shoots a 3, in and out, no good. Knocked back up there by Camden Carpenter and rebounded finally by Miley.
Smith down now, Zeps. Again, Costello has the job now of guarding him up top. Forces his way in there, and that's going to be an offensive foul. First foul on Smith, but just putting his head down, forcing his way in there, and then that just the frustration is starting to set in here for the Zeps. They can't get a shot to fall, and their most experienced player is Karsten Smith. He's trying to make things happen, but that is his first foul.
And this will be Phillips, gets it out. Willis will go baseline, get it out, and he'll throw it away there as it's taken away there by Bond.
I think he tried to get the ball to Phillips. The Bond is down. Carpenter's now going to shoot a long 3. A.J. Carpenter hits the shot. And what's that, 2 shots in a row that have now fallen for the Zeps.
Yeah, that's their first 3-pointer of the night.
29-11, Barnesville.
This will be Willis. Everybody clearing out there. It'll be a quick shot there by Geithinger, but it's rebounded by Willis. And they're going to say he pushed off, and that'll be an offensive foul on Willis.
And we have Tayson Starr checking back in now, replacing Jack Phillips. Also, Casey Carpenter is going to come back in and replace Camden Carpenter. So it looks like that's basically eight players have rotated thus far here for Barnesville, but Detling the first couple of fouls there has taken him out of the mix here in the first half. And Costello will stay on Smith. Miley has the ball way out from the basket. This is Carpenter. Willis on him. Miley now. Again, Zeps being forced out way away from the basket. Charge inside, and that's going to be another offensive foul on Karsten Smith.
Yeah, he just put the head down and just barreled into him.
And Coach Miley on the sideline there questioning that call a little bit. And Mike Gerber, who is not the official that made the call, said he pushed off of his forearm.
Yeah, we could see that from up here.
But at 29-11, Barnesville now just over 3 minutes left in the first half.
Okay, Willis will get it up to Casey Carpenter. Casey looking, he'll go around there. Gets it to Geilinger, up to Tayson Starr back here, and we'll have a timeout called by the Shamrocks.
And it will be a full timeout, so let's go ahead and we'll step aside. 3:05 left in first half. Barnesville 29 and Shenandoah 11.
Everyone's looking for an encouraging sign in today's economy. The fact is, you'll find one right here in Caldwell at State Farm Sue Snode's office. Because State Farm agents like Sue have been here helping people protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and they consider that a very good sign. See State Farm agent Sue Snode at 400 East Street, Caldwell. Sue Snode State Farm is a proud supporter of high school sports.
Okay, back here at Shenandoah High School, all Shamrocks thus far, 29-11. Why don't you hit us with a couple of numbers there, Mark?
Well, Barnesville still shooting the ball pretty well. They are 12 of 25, so just a hair under 50%. And right now, Shenandoah only 5 of 20, so they're just shooting 25% from the field.
And turnovers, I think.
Yeah, turnovers. Barnesville has 4, and Shenandoah with 9 now. And 3 of those have been offensive fouls.
Yes, that is.
So Barnesville will get the ball. 3:05 to go in the first half. Barnesville up 29-11. The ball will be given to Geilinger. He'll get it out to Willis.
Yeah, Zeps a little late coming out of their timeout there, and the officials, putting the ball in play.
Willis will get it down to Tayson Starr. He'll dribble up top. Looking down, gets it over to Duker Costello on the other side. Duker goes, he penetrates, puts up a shot too hard. Rebounded there by Starr. Instead of putting it back up, though, he'll dribble it out and give it to Asa Geilinger. Geilinger goes baseline, gives it over to Casey Carpenter in the right corner. Gets it inside to Geilinger. Geilinger, and he's going to be called for an offensive foul. And I don't know if that was more. I think he sort of tripped over his own feet there and just fell and knocked a man down. But it is a charge.
And the oddity to me also is, we've seen games and there'll be numerous calls of blocking.
Yes.
And that is at least 3 offensive fouls we've had called here in the first, or I think 4 offensive fouls called in the first half.
But, I think they've all been good calls. Yeah.
And Smith, a lot of pressure up top, gets the ball there to Vincent. This is Carpenter. He'll shoot a long 3, rims out, no good. Costello with the Barnesville rebound.
And Duker will get it over to Tayson Starr. Tayson to Willis. Willis on the top. He's going to penetrate, dish it out to Duker. Geilinger down to the right elbow, gives it inside. Casey Carpenter's going to penetrate, puts it up and in.
Casey Carpenter's first basket of the day, 31-11 now. Shamrocks back up by 20. Nice job running the weave there, and usually the defense is going to break down, and they did that time.
And Carpenter going in, putting up a nice soft shot.
Cale
about
Bond,
8 feet out.
Yeah, Cale Bond now gets the ball over to Vincent. He's going to shoot a long 3, rims out, no good. Miley gets the offensive rebound. He'll put up the 14-footer, no good. Rebound to Costello.
Casey Carpenter gets it inside. Well, there's a travel. Yep. Got it inside there to Tayson Starr, and Tayson takes 3 or 4 steps to the basket, and he's called for a travel.
Gain of 5 by Starr on that play.
Yeah, he's used to
that was
carrying the ball rather than dribbling it.
That was a pretty easy call.
Yes, right in front of the official, too.
Inside 125 now in the opening half. 20-point Barnesville lead. Vincent now has the ball. This is Bond. It's knocked away, but picked up there by Karsten Smith. Forces his way inside, forces up a shot, no good. And Casey Carpenter comes out with the rebound. Not many second shots for Shenandoah either.
No, Barnesville's done a nice job on the boards. They have 19 now, as opposed to only 10 for Shenandoah. This will be Casey Carpenter. Puts up a left-hand layup. Of course, he is a left-handed player, and in and good.
2 straight buckets there by Casey Carpenter, 33-11. Less than 45 seconds now in the opening quarter. A near steal there by Geilinger. Vincent gives the ball to Miley, gets it back out top there to Bond, trying to get inside, but it's cut off there by Starr. A nice switch there on defense over the Shamrocks. Pass inside to Wentworth. Looked like he shuffled his feet, no call. And he'll get a little turnaround shot is good. Jarrett Wentworth, with his first bucket.
And he'll be guarding Willis. 2 good cross-country runners here guarding each other. Over to Casey Carpenter. Carpenter to Starr. Cross court to Duke and Estella. He'll pull it up. They're going to play for the last shot. Clock down to 6 seconds. 5. This will be Duker. He's going to penetrate out, get it to Willis. Willis's three-pointer, no good, and that will be the half. As Barnesville at halftime leads by a score of 33-13 here at Sayersville Shenandoah High School gym. We'll be back. We have an ONN halftime report tonight. We'll be back after that with individual and team stats. Again, your score at halftime, 33-13 in favor of Barnesville over Shenandoah.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Hoops. Now here's your host, Eric Reeser.
In an effort to improve sportsmanship for all Ohio high school athletic contests, the Ohio High School Athletic Association has relaunched a program from about 20 years ago with the goal to emphasize and promote good behavior from players, coaches, officials, parents, and fans. The OHSAA's Respect the Game program was created in 2004, and it sought to improve the overall high school athletic experience by holding everyone accountable for their behavior before, during, and after athletic contests. I'll speak with Tim Streed, he's the Director of Media Relations for the OHSAA, on the relaunch of Respect the Game and how they hope everyone can work together to make high school sports safe for everyone involved. That's next. This is the Ohio News Network.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV in Columbus has more.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton.
ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network.
In Ohio, public education matters. And every day, Ohio's public school educators use their united voice to advocate for the supports and resources our public schools need so every child thrives. No exceptions. I'm Ohio Education Association President Scott DeMauro, and on behalf of our 120,000 members, OEA is proud to sponsor tonight's game. Because great public schools are a winning playbook for Ohio, and Ohio is stronger when we stand together to cheer for our students' success.
This is ONN.
I'm Eric Reeser. Tim Street is my guest. He's the Media Relations Director for the Ohio High School Athletic Association. And just before basketball season, the OHSAA announced they were relaunching a program from 2004 called Respect the Game. That was created to address bad behavior in athletic contests from players, coaches, officials, parents, and fans. And by now, you've probably been to a sporting event, maybe in this past year, where someone's acting up, maybe arguing with an official or a group of fans, or a coach, a player showcasing poor sportsmanship on or off the court. Tim says they've seen officiating numbers suffer because of bad behavior.
There wasn't a one specific act, but I think it was the culmination of a lot of things that came together. And honestly, the biggest thing we're looking at right now is the shortage in officials. And the number one reason why officials get out of the profession is because they're tired of bad behavior from fans. And, even coaches who are the ones that might get a technical, that's a relationship that our officials have with coaches. They navigate that throughout the game, but the fans are the ones that can really ruin a game. And so that's what we wanted to address first and foremost, because, the game is for the kids. It's for the student athletes and the communities. When fans are way out of line, that can really ruin things. And then we don't have officials. And if you don't have officials, you don't have a game. So that was one of the biggest data points that we looked at when we wanted to do a relaunch, is to remind folks, hey, here's what you can and cannot do when you're watching a high school game. And we want to get people just reminded of here's why we play high school sports. It's not so that you can berate officials. It's so that the kids have an opportunity to represent their school, represent their community, and we're trying to get out more in front of it now with the relaunch, and so far we're off to a good start.
Tim adds that they hear more and more from their referees about fans behaving poorly, and says they think this relaunch will help remind people to treat everyone with respect.
A couple things we've tried to do is remind schools have a point person in charge of the officials, and that's more than just bringing them a hot dog and a bottle of water. That is looking out for them, making sure their locker room is unlocked, being near them if they're in a high traffic area. So things like that is what we're seeing more of. One of the things we're also looking for is to get more schools having students read a public service announcement before the game on the microphone, which is really powerful. You know, people stop and listen to that. And that's what we're actually in the process of gathering some video on that we're going to share out on our social media. So I think that'll be a really big component of the program moving forward.
My thanks to Tim Street and the Ohio High School Athletic Association. For more information on the OHSAA's Respect the Game program, head on over to ohsaa.org. For the Ohio News Network, I'm Eric Reeser.
We are back here at Shenandoah High School, where at halftime, the Barnesville Shamrocks have a 20-point lead, 33-13. I'm Mark Brown with Jeff Stevens, and we are on WWKC tonight. And also, if you want to watch on TV, get on YouTube. It's YRP TV. And Barnesville, as you would expect, with a 20-point lead, shooting the ball very well tonight. They are 14 of 28, so 50% from the field. And of those 14 shots, 5 of those are three-pointers, and 4 of the three-pointers from junior Braden Willis. So he's having a night from outside. And Shenandoah, they cannot buy a basket tonight. They are 6 of 26 for only 23% from the field, and they have 1 three-pointer. Barnesville, of course, with all those misses from Shenandoah, has a big lead in the rebounds. They have 19, Shenandoah with only 11. The turnovers, Barnesville with 6, and Shenandoah has 9. And then Shenandoah has yet to shoot a free throw tonight, and Barnesville has only shot 2, and they missed both of them. So again, the team scores, Barnesville shooting well, and Shenandoah not, and that's the reason we have a 33-13 lead right now in favor of Barnesville.
Yeah, and the Zeps, just have really had trouble getting into any kind of flow offensively, and especially the people that might be watching us on YRP TV on our live stream, you can tell several of those shots that Zeps have put up have been forced shots. Also, so good job defensively by Barnesville. But let's look individually here for the Zeps. Jarrett Wentworth with 1 basket for 2 points. A.J. Carpenter came off the bench, had a 3-point basket there in the second quarter for his 3 points. Cale Bond, 2 field goals, both in the first quarter for 4 points. Durkis Vincent, starter, did not score. Karsten Smith, the most experienced player for the Zeps, really struggled, just 2 points in the first half, and also picked up a couple of offensive fouls. And Weston Miley with a bucket for 2 points. So once again for these Zeps, 4 for Cale Bond, 3 for A.J. Carpenter, 2 points each for Jarrett Wentworth, Karsten Smith, and Weston Miley for a total of 13. For the Shamrocks, as Mark said, shooting the ball very well, 50% in the first half. Casey Carpenter, a pair of buckets for 4 points. Tayson Starr came out hot in the first quarter. He had 11 points all in the first quarter, and one of those was a three-pointer. Luke Detling did not score in the first half. He had a couple of quick fouls and sat for the remainder of the half, so we're sure he'll be back in here in the third quarter, but no points for Detling. Jack Phillips off the bench for a couple of minutes there in the second quarter, did not score. Duker Costello, a field goal for 2. And as Mark mentioned, Braden Willis, 4 3-point field goals, 2 in the first quarter, 2 in the second quarter, 12 points off the bench for Braden Willis. Camden Carpenter come off the bench tonight, did not score, and Asa Geilinger, a pair of hoops in the first quarter for 4 points. So once again for Barnesville, 12 for Braden Willis, 11 for Tayson Starr, 4 apiece for Casey Carpenter and Asa Geilinger, and 2 for Duker Costello for a total of 33. At the end of the first quarter, Shamrocks jumped out to a 17-point lead. They led 23-6 at the end of the first quarter, and a 10-7 edge there in the second quarter as the Shamrocks increased that lead to 33-13 at the end of the first half of play. And a couple of reminders here while we have a moment here for Shenandoah Zep fans. Zeps are in the midst of a long homestand here. Shenandoah will play 3 games next week, all here at home in their gym here at Shenandoah High School. On Wednesday night, they will play Shadyside. On Friday, Buckeye Local. And on Saturday, Steubenville Catholic Central. And that Saturday game will be on WWKC. And for the Barnesville Shamrocks, they'll next be in action on Wednesday, the 27th, as they will be at Buckeye Trail. And then on Saturday, they will play a varsity only 1 o'clock in the afternoon game. The game will be held at Toronto, and the opponent will be John Marshall. And John Marshall is struggling a little bit here early in the year, so that's a very nice game for the Shamrocks. And we will next be on the air on WBNV with Shamrock basketball on Tuesday, January 2nd, the day after the first of the year, on WBNV, as the Caldwell Redskins will come to Barnesville. So that's the upcoming schedule for both teams. Shamrocks with that 33-13 lead has possession here to start the third quarter, and we're ready to go. A 20-point Barnesville lead.
And Barnesville will get the ball to start the second quarter. Geilinger gets it into Detling, who missed most of the second quarter because of foul trouble.
He probably only about 2 minutes.
Yeah. And I think they're going to say he palmed it.
May have been a 5-second call. I did not see the official there on the call.
Yeah, it was hard to tell.
It is a turnover. And I noticed that Coach Stevens getting an explanation over there from the official on that side. But early turnover here. Zeps with their starters, Wentworth, Bond, Smith, Miley, and Vincent. This is Karsten Smith up top. He's going to pull up, shoot a three, rims out, no good. Bond with that offensive rebound, holds possession. This is Miley. He'll shoot an 18-footer, back iron, no good. And rebound will come off to Costello. Again, 2 more shots, 2 more misses by the Zeps.
And Geilinger will take it. He is guarded there by Dirkus Vincent, and he will dish it out to Detling, back to Starr. Starr, as we said, 11 points in the first half. Wow. Call that an offensive foul?
They'll call an illegal screen on Tayson Starr, okay. I believe.
That's the second one of those I think we've seen tonight. Okay, didn't see that, but that part of the call, nobody arguing. Again, it will be Shenandoah ball. Another turnover for Barnesville.
Smith gets to Wentworth. He's going to try to go inside. His runner will not go. Rebound off to Detling. Here come the Shamrocks.
And it'll be out to Detling and then back to Starr. Back to Detling. He'll get it to Duker Costello. Duker dribbling to Detling. Detling up high to Casey Carpenter. Casey will dribble, penetrate, dish it out to Starr, back to Detling. Detling will pin it up, put it up, and in and good. And is that the first points for Detling
First
tonight?
basket of the game for Detling. As I said, he played only about 2 minutes in the first half because of a couple of fouls. 35-13 Barnesville. On top, this is Wentworth trying to get inside. He'll force one up, but rims out, no good. Gets his own rebound, back to Bond. He'll shoot the three, and it's an air ball, and the ball will go out of bounds. It will be Barnesville ball. See where Starr almost, did a little box out there to keep the Shenandoah player away from trying to save that in and then let it go out of bounds. Good play there by Starr. And Zeps coming out. They're going to extend the court a little bit, play a little full court pressure here.
And Barnesville will get it into Casey Carpenter. He gets around his man. Now Barnesville at the 3-on-2. Spins, he doodles there and misses the layup, does Casey Carpenter.
Miley gets the rebound for the Zeps, gets it to Smith. Puts it on the floor, forces his way inside, and his left-handed layup is good. Just the second bucket of the game for Karsten Smith, and it's now 35-15. So we're 2 points apiece, each team here in the quarter.
This will be Geilinger. He's guarded there by Vincent, and he'll take it all the way, lay it up and in. Nice play there by Asa Geilinger, the Barnesville senior.
A lot of dribble penetration here by the Shamrocks has paid off tonight. Wentworth drives inside, forces one up off the iron. It will not go. Saved by Geilinger, back to Detling. 22-point Shamrock lead.
Detling goes around Vincent. And Wentworth over to Geilinger. Geilinger inside the Star. He goes up, puts it up, and he will be fouled. And I think that's going to be on Jared Wentworth.
No, they're actually going to call it on Dirkus Vincent.
Okay. I didn't even see Vincent close to him.
His first foul, and Starr will go to the line. And Tayson Starr has shot the only 2 free throws prior to this in the game by either team. Both were misses, but he makes the first one. And Costello checks out in favor of Braden Willis.
Both of those free throws good for Starr. And Willis, who had 12 points on 4 3-pointers in the first half, will check in.
Cale Bond gets the ball in the corner to Wentworth. His three-point shot rattles out, no good. And somebody moved the lid from the one basket to the other basket on the Zeps there at halftime.
Sure did. Just so many shots in and out.
And
this will be Detling, guarded there closely by Bond. Over to Geilinger. Geilinger being guarded there by Vincent.
yeah, nice job by Vincent cutting him off.
And that is Willis. He puts the layup in. No good. Rebounded there by Miley.
Willis was too close to the basket that time. Quickly down the floor, long three-point shot there by Cale Bond. Rims out, no good.
And a quick pass down to Casey Carpenter. Back to Starr. Starr will give it up. And Geilinger just there, takes his pass and puts up a three.
And it's about 2 steps beyond the three-point line and hits that. And we now have a 27-point lead. And the shot by Smith is blocked by Starr, but he gets it back and goes to the hoop, and he's going to draw a foul. And I think it's going to be on Asa Geilinger. And it is Asa Geilinger's second foul. And we will have our first free throw attempts of the night by the Zeps here by Karsten Smith. First one is no good. We're just inside 4 minutes left in the third quarter, 42-15 in favor of Barnesville. A 27-point Shamrock lead. Second free throw here by Smith, who has just 4 points on the game. Misses both, but gets his own rebound. Goes up, misses that shot. Rebound by Geilinger. Shamrocks will set things up.
All right, Geilinger down the left wing. He'll dribble up tight, go back. Underneath pass to Starr. Starr puts it up. Little contact there, but misses the shot. Rebounded by Shenandoah.
Yeah, Miley may have got a piece of that. Quickly down to Bond. Gets the ball inside to Miley. Back to Bond. He'll force inside. Gives it back to Vincent. He'll shoot a three from the corner. Missed badly. Starr with the rebound of that shot. He'll slow things down.
Ball came right to Starr, who was on the other side of the basket. This would be Geilinger, and
that's going to be an offensive foul.
Offensive foul, yep.
I'm not sure what the defensive man was set, but the forearm was out and the push off there, and that is going to be an offensive foul on Geilinger. His third, and I think that is at least our fourth, if not fifth, offensive foul call of the night. And that's seems like an extremely high number in high school basketball, but as we said earlier, most of them I agree with.
Yeah.
You know,
I haven't seen one that I disagreed with myself. So this will be Shenandoah ball.
Pass inside to Miley, and he'll get a shot to go up and go. His second bucket of the day, 42-17 now in favor of the Shamrocks.
And this will be Geilinger. He'll get it over to Casey Carpenter. Casey will pull it back out, give it to Detling High. And he will penetrate back out to Casey Carpenter to the free throw line. Dribbles out to Willis. Willis to the free throw line. Pulls up for the jump shot. Good. That's Willis's first non-three-pointer of the game. And he's got 14.
Correct. It's 44-17 Shamrocks, 2:20 left, third quarter. A couple of subs waiting to come in here for Barnesville. This is Vincent. He gets the ball down to Miley. Back on top there to Smith. He'll shoot a three-pointer. Will not go. Rebound to Braden Willis.
And Willis will bring it all the way up and then give it to Tayson Starr up near half court. Back to Willis. He'll set the offense up. Detling cutting across. Gets it. Passes it off to... Oh, whoa.
Now, that is an offensive foul call I do not agree with.
Yes.
And it will be an offensive foul call on Geilinger, and that will be Ace's fourth foul.
Yeah, that was, he just fell down and... All right, anyway.
And Asa walking to the bench now with his fouls, and Coach Shane Stevens there just shrugging his shoulders. You know, what do you say on that? Camden Carpenter checked in, and also Aiden Van Horn checked in for the first time tonight. Karsten Smith down. That is the fourth team foul also on the Shamrocks. This is Bond, spin move inside, shots blocked there by Detling, and that's going to be a foul on Luke Detling. And that will be Luke Detling's third foul.
And it looks like he'll go to the bench, and Duke Costello
who just
will come back in for him.
Who just checked out of the game moments ago, will now check back in. And that will be Cale Bond, the line for the first time for him tonight. His first free throw is good. Cale Bond now with 5 points.
And A.J. Carpenter will come in for Shenandoah. He will replace Jarrett Whitworth.
1:39 left in the third quarter, 44-18 Shamrocks. Second free throw by Bond is also good.
This will be a quick pass up from Star to Duker. Duker to Captain Carpenter. Goes to the free throw lines, double team, passes it back out to Star. To Duker Costello. Looks inside for Van Horn, but he wasn't open. Back to Star, over to Camden Carpenter. Carpenter's going to fire up a three-pointer. It's no good. Rebounded there by Miley.
Quickly down the floor, Carpenter will let fire a three for the Zeps. No good. Rebound by Bond in the corner. Gets it back to Smith. His three is good. Karsten Smith was his first three-pointer of the game. And it's now 44-22 with a minute left in the quarter.
A little bit of a run here for Shenandoah. Excuse me. And this will be into Willis. Willis shot too hard, no good. Rebounded, though, by Van Horn, then knocked away and goes to A.J. Carpenter of the Zeps.
Smith down, little stutter step move all the way to the hoop. Lost possession, gets it back, forces it up inside, will not go. And we're going to get a foul. And the Shenandoah people can't believe that there was not a foul called there on the shot attempt by
And he made the
Smith.
motion there of an offensive foul.
And that foul was called,
I believe it was Carpenter, was it?
I think it was number 3, Bond.
Bond, okay.
Yeah, okay, his first.
All right, a little bit of full court pressure now. And it comes into Willis. He tells the other players to back off. He brings it up, and he will get around Bond and then pulls it back out. Bond playing the chest-to-chest defense there to Tayson Starr. The pass goes back to Willis. Looks like they're playing for the last shot. They are. 13 seconds to go. Willis, again, guarded there by Bond. Gets it over to Duker Costello. Duker looks inside to Starr. Starr's going to penetrate, put it up, no good. And they'll hit the bottom of the rim. And this will be a long shot, and that will be the end of the third quarter. Barnesville up by 22 points, 44-22. We'll be back for fourth quarter action after this.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Back here, quarter number 4, ready to start. Shenandoah will have the ball. Barnesville leading 44-22 over a frigid, cold shooting Shenandoah Zep team. But they will have the possession here. A little run there at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, they're only 9 of 43 from the field.
There's Smith, who has just 3 field goals in the game, and his pass there to Bond. And it's going to be knocked away by Starr, but Bond will get it back. Gets to Miley at the high post. Nobody around him, but he passes up the shot, gives it to Bond in the corner, and its three-pointer is good by Cale Bond.
That's the third three-pointer of the game now for the Zeps. Barnesville has 6.
And for the first time since early in the first half, the lead is under 30. And we get Miley hit the floor there. He got tangled up with Starr a little bit.
This will be Casey Carpenter. Barnesville running that weave. use up some clock here. Duke Costello, he'll pull in, puts up the shot, rolls around, and good. Duke Costello with the 8-foot 2-point shot.
Just the second bucket of the game by Costello, 46-25 now Shamrocks, 7 minutes left in the ball game. This is Smith, gives it to Carpenter of the Zeps. Bond looks at the three, decides not to, gets it back to Smith. He'll pull up three, top of the key. Iron no good, and will go out of bounds, and it will be Barnesville basketball.
Gallagher there making sure that Vincent didn't get that ball before it went out of bounds.
Again, a little full court pressure by the Zeps.
Duke Costello, but he'll get it right back to Geilinger. He'll bring it up, guarded there by Vincent.
Now the board has Geilinger with 3 fouls. I had him for 4, so maybe I was wrong before.
That'll be Duke Costello who'll go on with the underhand left-hand layup. That's 2 baskets in a row for him.
And back to a 23-point lead. This is Bond, tries to get inside, and he gets some contact there and kind of stumbled, and I think we're going to get a foul on Costello. And the Barnesville faithful here around us not real keen with that call, but it is a foul on Duker Costello, his first.
And we'll see.
And
looks like Riker Willis will check in for him. Be his first appearance of the game.
He wasn't able to get in yet. They've inbounded the ball before he was checked in, so he'll wait the next whistle. This is Smith. It's knocked away there by Starr, who scrambles after it and gets it saved there to Braden Willis. And timeout Barnesville for 30 seconds there. And he was afraid there that there was going to be a travel call there and wasn't in real good position. So we'll stay here during this 30-second timeout, and Riker Willis will check in for the Shamrocks here during this timeout.
And Shenandoah had 10 turnovers in the first half, and that one there was only their first one of the second, or they had 10, in the first half, and that's their first one this half, so they've done a lot better job of taking care of the ball.
But the ball still is not going in the basket for the Zeps. You know, just a very cold shooting game here for Shenandoah. You usually don't think of a team being that cold, especially on their home rims, but the Zeps is really having trouble, in this game.
And they are 10 of 45 from the field.
The Shamrocks out with Starr, Braden Willis, Riker Willis, Casey Carpenter, and Geilinger.
All right, Tayson Starr will get the ball over to Casey Carpenter. He'll get it to Braden Willis. Got to make sure I say the first names now. And he will get it to Casey Carpenter. Casey looks inside, underneath, and tries to get it into Starr, but it's knocked out of bounds there by Miley. And the ball will be Barnesville's underneath their own basket.
5:59 left in the game, 48-25 Shamrocks.
Starr gets it inside to Carpenter. Carpenter, the left-hander, puts up the right-hand shot and makes it.
And the lead back to 25 for the Shamrocks. Smith, this is Bond. Again, man-to-man defense, forced pass inside, and then for Vincent was knocked away and retrieved there by Starr. And the second turnover of the half for the Zeps.
Casey Carpenter, he'll give it over to Geilinger. Geilinger looks, nobody. Players cutting, this will be Riker Willis. Riker will get it to Starr. Again, Barnesville running this weave. And this time, Geilinger will go in, and he will penetrate, put it up, and good. And they're going to, I think that's the first time we've seen a blocking call this game. And the Barnesville bench and fans are cheering.
But it is a foul on Dirkus Vincent, his second, on the blocking call. And as we've mentioned here during the broadcast, several calls today have all been charges, offensive calls, when this one was not the case. And Geilinger's free throw no good, and Casey Carpenter got the ball, and his shot was blocked out of bounds.
And so Barnesville will get it underneath their own basket. Starr will throw it in, gets it to Willis. Willis fires up a three-pointer. That one's off to the left. No good. Rebounded by Shenandoah, and that is Smith.
He's all the way down. Smith going straight to the hoop. He go up strong, draw contact, and a good basket, and he draws the foul. And The foul is on Braden Willis. I thought there, and that is Braden's. It says the board says his first.
Okay.
And the Smith free throw is good. And that now makes it a.
Barnesville on the pressure throws it away, and Shenandoah gets the ball back.
Smith back to the hoop with the left hand, score and good. And all of a sudden here, the Zeps on a little bit of a run. 52-30 though, still a comfortable lead.
And Tayson Starr will take it. He'll penetrate, put it up all the way. No good, gets his own rebound, powers it in, and that will be a foul, and that will be on Miley. And Starr will go to the line for 2.
Second foul on Miley, the second team foul of the quarter. So at 4:36, 52-30 Barnesville. Tayson Starr is 2 for 4 at the line tonight.
And that one no good. He will get a second one. Free throw by Starr is up. That's short, but rebounded by Casey Carpenter. He puts the layup in and misses it, taken away by Geilinger, and he puts it in and good.
Just hard work there by Asa Geilinger to get that ball and score. 54-30 Barnesville now. This is Vincent, gives it to Carpenter. Long three-pointer, rims out, no good. Rebound to Vincent. He'll go up inside. His shot is blocked by Geilinger, but Miley gets it back. He'll go up inside and get fouled. All of a sudden, the fouls are starting to build up here. Not a lot of free throws earlier in the game, and now we're getting several. That foul is going to be on Casey Carpenter, and that will be his second.
54-30 lead in favor of the Shamrocks with 4:12 to go in the game.
Weston Miley's first free throw is good. 5 points now for Weston. 54-31, 4:12 left in the game. Second free throw also good.
All right, so full court pressure. The pass will come in to Starr. He'll go right around Miley, bring it across half court, gives it to Braden Willis. Willis back over to Starr. Starr looking in, he gives it to Geilinger, and it's stolen away there by Miley.
Miley all the way down the floor, goes to the hoop. His layup will not go. Follow up by Bond will not go, and Starr with the rebound. Things becoming a little sloppy here all of a sudden. Geilinger now, and Detling and Costello both on the bench for Barnesville at this moment.
And this will be Braden Willis. Almost lost it, but got it back. Gives it to his back to Riker Willis to Geilinger. Geilinger being pressed there and almost has it knocked away, but Casey Carpenter comes up with the ball. And A.J. Carpenter really reaching in there, and they're finally going to call a foul on him.
And it will be the first foul on A.J. Carpenter, and that will be the third foul of the quarter. I think Shenandoah coming out and trying to be a lot more aggressive and reaching and for the ball, and that's the third team foul, so Barnesville has it out under their own basket.
Barnesville a 22-point lead with 3:18 to go in the game. This will be Braden Willis. He'll get it inside to Geilinger. Geilinger dribbles back out to Casey Carpenter on the right wing. Looks inside, gives it back to Geilinger up high to Braden Willis. Willis goes baseline, gets it inside, and the ball is fumbled there and lost.
And Willis that time just dribbling a little too deep, getting himself into a spot that's taken away there by the Zeps. This is Carpenter down. He loses it, but it's picked up by teammate Miley. And a lot of reaching and slapping going on both ends of the floor. Carson Smith now on the right wing gets a shot, no good. And Braden Willis will come up with that ball, be knocked away, but retrieved by Starr.
And this will be a long pass down to Casey Carpenter. Casey up and good, no good. Rebounded, pushed up there by Willis. That was Riker Willis, and the rebound finally comes out to Starr, and he'll set the offense back up.
2:20 left in the ball game. 22-point Barnesville lead, 54-32.
Braden Willis will shoot the three-pointer, no good. Braden Willis, Riker has it, but it goes off then to Casey Carpenter, and Casey Carpenter will set the offense up. We're down to just about 2 minutes left in the game now. Barnesville with a 22-point lead. Geilinger, whoops, no call on that one.
No contact, no call either way.
Nope, and that wasn't, but they've gotten so many of those tonight, I think they thought they'd try it again. Geilinger, right now, Barnesville just running time off the clock. Starr, he'll penetrate, dish it out to Willis, back to Casey Carpenter. Casey into Riker Willis. Riker penetrates, pushes it out to his brother. And Barnesville now will call a timeout. And we'll see if this is going to be a full or a 30. This will be
It'll be a 30, so we'll
30. We'll just keep it here.
Yeah, on that. Yeah, 1:40 on the clock. 54-32, favor of Barnesville. Get a couple of subs now. Checking in here for Barnesville. Looks like Cole Carpenter is going to check in for the first time, and Ben Hulsky also for the first time, and someone else checked in there. I think it might have been Camden Carpenter checking back in, and also Jarrett Wentworth will check in during this timeout for the Zeps here as we close out, the game. Let's say both these teams pretty busy next week. Both will be back in action next Wednesday. Shamrocks will play twice. The Zeps will play 3 times next week.
So Barnesville right now, Jack
Phillips also checked
Phillips
in, yes.
The game. Ben Holsky, Camden Carpenter, Riker Willis, and Cole Carpenter.
And
I've seen Van Horn in much tonight.
And Wentworth came back in, but it looks like this is the starters, for the Zeps to play out this last 90 seconds.
Be Holsky, and he will look over, pass it to Jack Phillips, but Jack's had gone inside, so the ball goes out of bounds. That'll be a turnover on the Shamrocks, and they're up to 15 now.
1:22 left, 54-32 Barnesville. Smith, again being doubled, throws it inside for Miley, and kicks it back up to Bond. His three-pointer top of the key, rims out, no good. Rebound to Riker Willis. 1:15 remaining.
And Riker will get it over to Cole Carpenter. Cole Carpenter penetrates, gets it over to Jack Phillips. A little bit out of his reach there. Not able to hold on to it. It's knocked out of bounds.
They got a scramble for the ball as 2 number 4s both went diving for it, and looked like Jack Phillips is the last to touch it, so it will be Shenandoah basketball with 61 seconds left in the game. Cale Bond to inbound the ball. Gets the long pass in the backcourt to Karsten Smith. See a lot of fans starting to make their way toward the exit. So this is Wentworth. He'll put the ball on the floor, lose it to Camden Carpenter. Has it inside a minute.
Camden guarded there, and it'll be stolen by Wentworth.
Zeps coming back the other way. He tries to get it across there to Smith, but there will be a foul on the play.
That'll be on Holsky,
and
I believe.
And that will be the 4th team foul of the quarter on the Shamrocks, so there will be no shot. And Wentworth has the ball in the backcourt with 40 seconds left in this game. And long 3 points off there by Vincent. It rims out, no good. Jack Phillips rebounds, and he is fouled. And that will be the 4th team foul on Shenandoah, so no shots.
And Cole Carpenter will take the pass in. He's looking, finds Riker Willis. Riker hard to hold on, but made a nice move there, getting it back to Carpenter. He'll get it across half court, and they will lose the ball, and it'll be stolen there by Shenandoah.
Nice move inside by Smith. He'll draw some contact and a foul as his shot will not go with 23 seconds left. I think the foul is going to be on Riker Willis. Turnovers and fouls now all of a sudden, which happens sometimes when you go deep into your bench and the closing seconds.
Only 5 turnovers in the first half, and they are now up to 18.
And Smith's first free throw is no good. Karsten Smith now just 1 of 4 at the line. 23 seconds left. Second free throw is good.
All right, the Camden Carpenter will throw it in. He finds Riker Willis. Riker double teamed. Gets it back to Camden Carpenter. Camden will bring it up across half court. Guarded there by Miley.
Just 15 seconds. Barnesville may be content to run it out. Well, they're going to be content to turn it over one more time.
Yeah, that pass to Willis and just not able to get it, hold on to it.
9 seconds on the clock, so last shot of the game should be coming up here by the Zeps. Karsten Smith, crosses midcourt. Gives the ball to Bond. He tries to force himself inside. He makes the basket, and one more foul as Cale Bond scores inside. That makes the score 54-35, and Bond will go to the line with 2 seconds on the clock. And that is Jack Phillips' foul. The board says he has 3 fouls. Free throw there by Bond is good.
And And Ben Holsky will take the ball, and he will just hold on to it and let the clock run out. And that is the game here tonight at Shenandoah High School, with the visiting Barnesville Shamrocks winning by a score of 54-36. We'll be back in a couple minutes here, and we will fill you in on the stats. Barnesville is now 3-4 on the game, and Shenandoah falls to 2-4. We'll be back after this.
Softite Community Federal Credit Union, where people are worth more than money. Join if you live, work, worship, or study in Belmont, Harrison, or Jefferson County. Why join? Experience personal, friendly service. They take part in the communities they serve. As a not-for-profit owned by members, they offer share accounts, draft checking accounts, loans, and online banking. Visit their Martins Ferry, St. Clairsville, or Mingo Junction locations, or online at softitecfcu.com. Stop in and find out why people are becoming a member at Softite Community Federal Credit Union. Everyone's looking for an encouraging sign in today's economy. The fact is, you'll find one right here in Caldwell at State Farm Sue Snowd's office. Because State Farm agents like Sue have been here helping people protect the things that matter most. That's why more people trust State Farm, and they consider that a very good sign. See State Farm agent Sue Snowd at 400 East Street, Caldwell. Sue Snowd State Farm is a proud supporter of high school sports.
How can you select from insurance companies offering you lizards or ducks? When it comes to protection for your home and auto, you want a company that provides quality insurance products and personalized, fair, friendly claims service. WB Green Insurance represents Westfield Insurance. Their reputation is based on sharing knowledge and building trust. Westfield has been around the neighborhood over 150 years. WB Green Insurance welcomes the opportunity to quote your home, car, and business insurance. Don't be fooled by lizards and ducks. Call 439-1329.
Your home and your car are likely your two biggest investments. Protecting them from unexpected damage is a prime concern to WB Green Insurance. They are proud to represent Westfield Insurance, a financial service organization that provides insurance products for your home, auto, and business. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield Insurance's pledge to their customers, along with personalized claim service that's fast and friendly. To learn how Westfield can help with your insurance needs, talk to WB Green Insurance today.
Wrapping things up here at Shenandoah High School tonight, where the visiting Barnesville Shamrocks moved the record to 3-4 as they post a 54-36 victory over the homestanding Shenandoah Zeps. And when Mark gets some stats figured up here, you'll see that the big difference tonight was a cold shooting night by the Zeps. So while Mark works on those, let's look at this individual scoring first for Shenandoah tonight. They get 2 points from Jarrett Wentworth, 3 points from A.J. Carpenter on one 3-point basket. They get 12 points from Cale Bond, 13 points by Karsten Smith, but 11 of those coming in the second half, and 6 of those in the fourth quarter. And they get 6 points from Weston Miley. And Dirkus Vincent, a starter, did not score. So the Zeps tonight, a total of 36 points. They get 13 from Karsten Smith, 12 from Cale Bond, 6 from Weston Miley, 3 from A.J. Carpenter, and 2 from Jarrett Wentworth. You know, the Shamrocks jumped out early, 23-6 at the end of the first quarter, and just kind of stayed there. Second quarter went to Barnesville, 10-7. Third quarter, Barnesville 11-9, and the Zeps did post a 14-10 edge in the fourth quarter to kind of cut into that lead a little bit. It was 54-36 as our final. So for Barnesville, Casey Carpenter gets 6 points. Tayson Starr ends with 13 points. He had 11 of those in the first quarter. Luke Detling battled some foul trouble early tonight, gets 1 basket for 2. Jack Phillips played but did not score. Duker Costello with 6 points. Braden Willis had 14 points. He'll be the high point for the game. He had 4 3-pointers, but 14 for Braden Willis. Aiden Van Horn did not score. Camden Carpenter did not score tonight. Asa Geilinger had 13, and also we saw Riker Willis, Ben Holsky, and Cole Carpenter, and they did not score. So again, for the Shamrocks, 14 points for Braden Willis, 13 each for Tayson Starr and Asa Geilinger, 6 points each for Casey Carpenter and Duker Costello, and 2 points for Luke Detling, for a total of 54, and it was a 54-36 Shamrock wins. There were 3 players in double figures for the Shamrocks who could come out of the gates and got off to an early good start and played good defense the rest of the night. And Mark, what do you got on some team stats?
Yes, as you said, Jeff, Barnesville with a 54-36 win tonight, an 18-point win, but Barnesville shot the ball very well tonight and Shenandoah did not. Barnesville 24 of 50 from the field tonight for 48%, and they had 6 3-pointers, did the Shamrocks. So 24 of 50, 48%. Shenandoah tonight only 13 of 54, 23% from the field tonight, and that is cold shooting. They had 3 3-pointers. Barnesville, of course, with all those misses by the Zeps, they had many more rebounds tonight. They had 35. Shenandoah had 24. Turnovers, though, Barnesville played the ball only 6 in the first half, but ended up with 19. And the opposite for Shenandoah, they had 9 in the first half, but only ended up with 12. The free throw shooting tonight, Barnesville was 2 of 7 from the free throw line, and Shenandoah was 7 of 10. And again, 54-36 win tonight by by Barnesville over Shenandoah. And we will mention here real quickly, Barnesville the next week between Christmas and New Year's, they will play 2 games. Wednesday they will be at Buckeye Trail, and then they will play in a tournament up at Toronto, Ohio High School. They will play John Marshall. That's the following Saturday, the 30th. Then after New Year's, they will be back with Caldwell at home, and that will be on WBNV radio. And Jeff, for Shenandoah.
Yeah, Shenandoah drops to 2-4 tonight under first-year coach Chad Miley. They will play 3 times, all at home next week. They will play Shadyside on Wednesday night, and on Friday they will welcome Buckeye Local. And then next Saturday, Steubenville Catholic Central will be here, and that game on Saturday next week will be on WWKC right here on that. So, a lot of action for these kids. And you might mention, for the Barnesville people, probably most of them already know, but, probably a little incentive for the Shamrocks on that Wednesday trip to Buckeye Trail is head coach Shane Stevens is a Buckeye Trail graduate, so he would like to go over and have a good performance at, in front of some of his, family and friends. But, so the Shamrocks come out tonight and then played good, solid defense. They made Shenandoah work for everything, and Shenandoah just could not make shots. And Barnesville's athleticism, every night Barnesville's probably going to be more athletic than the teams they play. And sometimes that does not compute into great basketball play. But tonight, a very solid performance. And the one thing you mentioned there, how coaches are always looking for things to work on. 2 for 7 at the foul line. So sure, when they come back, however many days they take off here and come back, foul shooting will be mentioned. But good performance by Barnesville, as you mentioned. Shamrocks now 3-4, and Shenandoah now 2-4. But things moving along here. We'll soon be into January, and before you know it, we'll be talking about sectional tournaments.
Yes, you're right. And of course, both these teams now off it, as we mentioned, until after Christmas, and then they'll have a couple games in between there and New Year's, then start back in full force. I guess that is full force. So 2 games in the week next week and 3 for Shenandoah. But again tonight, a nice effort by Barnesville, and Shenandoah, they hustled, just not able to make the shots tonight. And again, your final score is 54-36. I'm Mark Brown with Jeff Stevens. We want to thank everybody for listening and watching, and we want to wish everyone a very enjoyable Christmas, the next Christmas time here, the next few days, and hope you have a good time with family and friends. Again, your final score tonight, 54-36 in favor of Barnesville. Good night, everyone.
This has been a presentation of ABC Sports.